And after you have named it, use a copy task and bring it in. And what we want to do is for the source, we want to select the Cosmos DB that we have from earlier. We can select the customer profile data set. And for the sync, what we need to do is go ahead and create a new data set, which will be using our Cosmos DB, use the SQL API. So go ahead and select that. And what will happen is you can go in and create this data set here, which I've already created. The key thing is, remember, the collection is a user profile HTAP, right? And just make sure when you create that data set on the sync, we have selected imports schema from connection store and click OK. That will create our data set for us. And you will see you can create that data set very quickly, and then that'll show up in the sync. And as soon as we have created that data set for the sync, just make sure that the right behavior is insert for the sync, and then we can go ahead and publish all. That should publish. Go ahead and click OK for the publish, and that should publish it. What we can do next is go ahead and do the, after it's published, right? You should see the publish is successful. We can go ahead and trigger our activity here for the pipeline. So go ahead and trigger now, and that should allow us to click OK. That will trigger the activity. You can go into monitor, right, on the monitor tab, and you can go to pipeline runs, and you will see that your activity, the pipeline is running, and we can refresh a few times, and you will see as soon as go ahead and refresh it a few times. It might take about a few minutes to complete, and as soon as it's done, you can see that our pipeline has been successful, and then we can continue from there. All right, so now that we know how to configure the HTAP, let's go ahead and take a look at, so if a data engineer on the Cosmos side has configured this, now let's take a look at, as a data engineer or an analyst or a BI, how to actually query Cosmos with Apache Spark for Synapse. So really what the steps that are involved here is where we want to be able to query Cosmos analytics store directly from Apache Spark and load that into a data frame. And after we've loaded it into a data frame, we can create a Spark table out of that, right? And then we can write the data frame to a container. So it's going to involve 3 steps. Really very straightforward. First, we'll read it to a data frame, and then the second step, we'll create a Spark table pointing to the container you've selected. And the operation doesn't incur any data movement, right? So that's one of the advantages. And in the third step, we write the data frame to a container in Cosmos DB, and you'll see that this operation will impact the transactional performance and consume request units. So we can do this as we need. So we'll take a look at that. And let's go ahead now to query the Cosmos DB with Apache Spark for Synapse Analytics. Great. So let's go ahead and query the Cosmos DB. So now that we have data in the container that we just created, let's go back to Synapse, click on the Data tab. When you click on the Data tab, you go into your Azure Cosmos that you have under linked. So go ahead and click on the link, get to Cosmos DB, expand it. You should see the user profile HTAP. Go ahead and click on that new notebook, load to data frame. When you click on load to data frame, you will see the code that is generated to read the Cosmos DB analytics store into a Spark data frame. So you will see that right here. We are reading it into this data frame by default. Notice a few things here quickly. It is going to our Cosmos. We are using our Cosmos DB Analytics store, and we know that we have our link service, which points back to the Cosmos DB Analytics store, right? And then we are just going to our